Grab your glasses, everybody. It's time for a Moonshine Safari.
Welcome, everybody, to Moonshine Safari.
Welcome.
I'm Josh.
I'm so Dinah.
You're so Dinah. You sure so are.
So am.
You sure so are.
Sure so am.
Hey, we're so glad you're here today. Thank you so much for stopping by to our 42nd episode.
Wow. It's almost my age.
Yeah, almost. Close. Almost. And again, we thank you for showing up. And from beautiful Gilbert, Arizona, warm Gilbert, Arizona, because we are creeping into the summertime, everybody.
Arizona heat coming.
That's right. Absolutely. So, shine out time. We've got some shine outs to give.
Do we?
We do. Tonight, well, it's ended actually. Today we celebrated. We remembered.
We remember
the Holocaust. It's Yomhashoa was today, and it was in Israel. I give a shout out to Talking Stick Resort.
Yeah, we had an awesome time, guys.
Yeah, we had a great time last weekend going to our favorite little getaway spot. And we had some... Well, we did take some pictures and put it on Instagram. And
we did
some
put a couple things up.
And we had some thoughts of maybe we're going to do something live and just... But, yeah, we didn't do that.
We kind of vegged.
We didn't do that. We just enjoyed the time we had with each other, and it was just great. So... Talking Stick Resort, they're just so good down there.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're just so good. They really are. Black Forest gummies. So juicy, yeah.
Juicy, yeah. So, okay, depending on what you guys check out on our Instagram, you really should check out the video I posted of Josh doing the So Juicy Ya commercial, which is like...
Oh, you posted it,
the joy of my life.
I didn't even know you posted
in the Instagram story.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
So Juicy Ya.
So juicy, yeah.
See, okay, so everyone, I have some allergies, so my voice cuts out a little bit, and I just got done with my voice lesson, so it's a little rough, but
and it's late, and we're tired,
and it's been a long week. So anyway, here we are. But yeah, Talking Stick was awesome, and check that out.
Yes, that was great. Also, salsgilbert. Oh, man.
It was beautiful.
Oh, we got so much delicious pasta and delicious things.
They have gnocchi.
Oh, man. It's
which
so
is
good.
Beautiful. These little pillows. And, okay.
I had baked ziti with chicken.
I seriously don't know how, and I talk about this every time it comes up, but Sal's does fettuccine Alfredo sauce. Mm-hmm. Okay. I love Alfredo sauce. I've always loved it since the first time I had it.
They mix it with tears from angels.
They must, because it tastes just like it's supposed to, but it's light.
And it doesn't break down when you warm it up.
Is amazing to me, and I don't understand it.
Because a lot of times that Alfredo will separate into just butter.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's a cream sauce, so it'll.
I think what it is, honestly, I think the way we're making it, I think just cut back on the butter, and it won't separate as bad. I really do.
I mean, that's possible. I mean, we should just try it. But anyway, it's beautiful sauce. It's lovely.
So, yeah, Sal's and Gilbert. Oh, try them out. They're so amazing. So amazing. And we like to give a wonderful shout out to all of our veterans, all of our military who are deployed all over the world, on all the places. And we hope you get to come home soon.
We would salute you
we want you to come
if that
home
meant anything.
Soon. Hey, we've got some new listeners and followers.
Do we?
As well. Yes, we do.
I'd like to hear.
We have a few. Well, the first one I don't even think it's a real word. I think it's just, maybe one of those generated ones. I don't know. But I'm just going to call him EQ.
Okay. Hi, EQ.
What up, EQ? All right. Cody, DHS, Pot 9. What up, Cody?
Hey, Cody.
Thanks for following us.
Yeah.
Dan Joy Barkley 69. What up, Dan Joe?
What up, Dan?
What up, Dan Joe?
What's up?
Dan Joe Barkley. That was terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible. I'm not doing a very good Charles Barkley.
I never do good impressions, but I try.
What's the guy who does them? That's really good. He does Charles Barkley so good.
Frank Caliendo.
Oh, Frank Caliendo. Man, he's good. Yeah, he does it.
Del Toro.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Anel Meigs. I don't know if I pronounced that last name right.
Hi, Anel.
Anel Meigs. I like it. That
Welcome to the Moonshine Safari crew.
That. And Tone Bone Tunes.
Hey, Tone Bone.
What up? What up, Tone Bone?
I'm saying that right.
What up, T-Bone?
By the way, I have a shine out too.
Oh, shout out too.
to today. And by the way, this won't be the case once you guys hear this. So this will be yesterday when you guys hear this. But today is the anniversary of the Battle of Hogwarts.
Oh, that's right.
Hashtag Harry Potter nerd. But
yes.
it's, R.I.P.
You know where you could see that? You would know that if you went to our Instagram page.
You would.
Because there was a post
I had to
of
post
there
it,
today.
because heaven forbid.
Yeah.
But yes.
So go check all that stuff out. If you'd like to reach out and touch us in a good way, you can reach out to
In a
Josh and
non-creepy
Dinah.
way.
Yeah, Josh and Dinah at moonshinesafari.com.
Woohoo.
And you can send stuff to us.
Please do.
Yeah. If you want to.
If and you like.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
If you want.
If you want.
Or some stuff.
Sure.
All right. Hey, coming up, what are we listening to? I got something new this week.
Do ya?
Yeah, hang tight. I'll share it.
What's Dana listening to? What's Josh listening to?
Welcome back, everybody, to Moonshine Safari from beautiful Gilbert, Arizona.
Beautiful and warm.
Yes, Moonshine Safari Studios. That's where we be standing right now.
That's where we be at.
That's where we be standing. We be talking right now from our studios. Hey, it's time for the music. Dina, I have blank for you.
I've never heard of that band.
Who you been listening to?
I actually have been adding to my little own 80s list that I've created on Amazon, and I actually started a country list as well.
Oh, well, I know you like that 90s country, man.
I do.
You do. Well, I've been listening to Blackberry Smoke because when we were on our little weekend Moonshine Safari, and you can check those pictures out on Instagram, when I drove out there in our little turbo Mazda. I love that car. It's
We
so
love
much
that
fun.
car.
We had we had some Blackberry Smoke jamming.
We did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, getting ourselves in the mood. And actually on my personal Instagram page, this guy started following me. And I was like, well, hey, who's this guy? So I checked him out. His name's Jameshouse. Jameshouse is written a lot of songs for a lot of famous people, and he's pretty famous himself. And tell you what, he's a great guitar player and singer, blues singer. So check out Jameshouse and the Blues Cowboys. I've just begun to listen, so I'm digging a little deeper and find out a little bit more about him. So when I get all that, and I'll give you a better review about that, but that's what I'm just kind of getting into right now. So Jameshouse and the Blues Cowboys. And that's what I've been listening to.
That's awesome.
That's it. Hey, it's the next segment coming up. Tickle your funny bone. Funny bone. I can't even talk today. Pop, 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 pop.
Tickle, tickle.
I'm not doing that enough. Okay. It's Mexican Word of the Week. That's right. Mexican Word of the Week.
Stay tuned.
On delay rebirth.
Yeah! Oh, no.
Welcome back, everybody,
Welcome.
to Moonshine Safari. That's Dina over there.
And that's Josh Ovar.
Yeah, Ovar. But we can like touch each other. It's like we're not like really across the room or anything. But
One of these days, if we decide we're going to be brave, we'll start.
no, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, I just got to.
They probably already know what we look like anyway. Those people who are listening, they're deep diving and digging in, and they already know who we are and what we're doing.
It wasn't ever really a secret.
It's
It was
not a
just like,
secret.
oh well.
It's yeah. Hey, it's time for the Tickle Your Funny Bone. It's Mexican Word of the Week. And who has Mexican Word of the Week? You would think Dina does, but she does not.
No, we gave it to the hillbilly.
She does the Hill William Word of the Week, and
Yes,
I do the Mexican Word of the Week. Hey, so
Yes, he do.
the Mexican Word of the Week is brief. Del Toro farted so bad I couldn't brief.
Nice. Yeah.
I almost used your name.
Get ready to get your bridges in a bunch. It's time for Peeve of the Week. Get out your notepads. It's time for Pro Tip of the Week.
I got a pain in my chest and I can't breathe.
I got a pain in my chest and I can't breathe. I got a pain in my nose and I can't breathe. I remember one time, people don't want to hear this probably. One time, we were fishing. We were on the boat ramp with my brother and my dad, and I was in the boat my brother was right behind me, and yeah, I gagged my brother because I let one off right. I mean, pretty much right in his face. Yeah, it was pretty good. Anyway, it's a wonder he didn't get pink eye from that. Anyway, hey, welcome back, everybody.
That's gross.
Yes. This is we don't even know what this section is going to be now because it was supposed to be peeve of the week, peeve and pro tip, and you know, as much as I get peeved, I am actually trying to work on not getting peeved all the time about stuff.
Yeah, if we can help it, it's
if
better.
we can help it, though there are some things that the same thing. I mean, that's the thing. The same thing peeves me off, so I could just continue on and on and on. There's really nothing new, you know. Nothing. Oh, guess what? This is something new that peeved me off. No, that always peeves me off, and it just keeps coming around. But Dinah, you said you might have a combo again. People,
I do. So essentially,
did I start the thing too early? Or are you ready to go?
No, I'm good.
Oh, sorry. Okay, go.
I'm all good. Okay, so basically for me, it's always mostly about what's happening at my work, which, you know, comes back to mortgages again. But just want to kind of, and I probably have touched on this before, but I want to touch on it again. If you're in the middle of a mortgage transaction, okay, it's kind of a big deal, and underwriters scrutinize absolutely everything. So please, let me say how many more times I could say it. Please, do not enter into a bunch of other credit transactions while you're in the middle of your mortgage. It makes everybody's life, including yours, very difficult because the underwriters absolutely have to know what the debts are that are against your credit and what the liabilities are. And if you're doing a bunch of new stuff, it creates a lot of extra work for you and everybody else. And everybody's going to be frustrated by the end. So please don't do that.
Awesome.
Seriously, it crosses the line between peeve and tip at the same time.
Pip.
It's a pip. Thank you for not being weird.
No problem. I'm always weird. All right, everybody, coming up. What are we going to talk about? We don't know. Something about a story. I don't know. Fighting. I don't know. Something. All right, we'll be right back. Maybe. Hold on.
Hey everyone, please join hands for marriage tip of the week.
Welcome back, everybody, to Moonshine Safari. I'm Josh.
Welcome. I'm Dinah.
Hey, it's time we talk about some stuff.
We're
going to talk about some stuff. Hey, we were going to talk about this a little bit last week, and then Dinah had something else you want to talk about. So we were going to talk just briefly about... Is everything okay over there?
The chair dropped. Okay.
Oh,
so,
it hit on the side of the thing?
Yeah, so basically I'm sitting in one of those office chairs with like the little hydraulic that goes up and down, and I hit the lever without knowing it, and it dropped, and it just about scared me to death.
And
so,
you hear this? I hear that 100 times a day
means.
when she's at home. I hear that 100 times a day because, you know, she's like, you know, her ankle buckles or her legs or shin
and I
gets
can't
a cramp.
help it, and it just happens, and I go,
right.
And then it's like,
yeah. And
most of the time it's a false alarm.
And we talk about what we were talking about the other day about scaring everybody. I'm like, hold on, you scare me all the time. You do this constantly, all the time.
And he can't scare me because I could fall.
Right, exactly. See, now we used to do this thing where we used to pork stuff on each other when we were in the showers.
We did.
We can't do that anymore. Well, she could do that to me.
I could do it, but it's not fair because there's no turnabout there.
That's true. And to be fair, she probably wouldn't be good because she'd try to get away really fast or something, and then she would.
Or for that matter, I'm not stealthy sneaking up there either.
That's
so
true.
It's like I don't even know if I could really.
True. It would be better if you just poured a glass on me while I'm in the bed. It would just be a lot simpler.
No, it wouldn't, because then I have to sleep in that bed too.
Well, if you just did it on my side, but anyway. So, so we were going to talk about a little bit how we fight as a couple. And our fights have evolved, and they've devolved, and evolved,
depending on the day,
and devolved.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we kind of have good intentions when we fight. Most of the time, we don't really set out to hurt each other until we get hurt, and then it's like gloves off, and that's it. You know, first the gloves are on, and then somebody throws a sucker punch or whatever, and then that happens. Not all the time, but from time to time, it happens. But the one thing that I just kind of want to talk about today, and we can get into the other other stuff later, is just kind of the script of our
Yes.
fights.
So basically, and when he says the script, I feel like I need
That's kind of, well, I'm sorry, I want to interrupt because I
ahead.
want to give you the credit, because this is what Dinah said, and it's true. She's the one that brought this up to me. I mean, years and years ago. She's like, you ever notice that we fight by a script? And it didn't really dawn on me until I thought about it. Well, sometimes it takes guys a little longer to process things like that are more sensitive and not take, something to get pounded.
I don't know.
Something like that. But anyway, so it made me think. So explain to those good folks what you were talking about.
Okay,
our
so,
script.
and this is true. This is not just true for, married people. This is true for almost any, like, interpersonal relationship that you have. So, especially ones where you're intimately connected with people. And when I say intimate, I'm not being weird. I'm talking, parents, siblings, friends, all that stuff.
Not just acquaintances. I
Right.
mean, acquaintances
Yeah,
you do have
that's a
that
little bit of a
interaction, but
division.
that's a little more sterile. You're talking about
Exactly.
someone that you actually know and that you're probably going to get, not the one that you're going to get pissed off with and never be friends again because you don't care, you haven't invested any time with them. We're talking about people.
People that you care about.
Yeah, people
and
that you do
care
get in
about
fights
you.
with that you don't want to lose them, but
But you're mad.
Yeah.
So, essentially, I feel like we all have a script that we go by. And I realize that the argument can be started over almost anything. But then, nevertheless, you pretty much get into this groove where you go, okay, so if you thought about it in advance, you could skip the whole thing and just go, okay, I'm going to say this, and then you're going to say that thing, and then I'm going to say this thing, and then you're going to say that thing. And by the time it's all said and done, then I'm going to cry, then you're going to be mad for about an hour, and then you're going to come in and want to be done with it. And then, it's like, how the whole thing is going to play out because
Yep.
it's done it so many times
So
before.
many
And
times.
you get in this rut, and it's not easy to break.
it isn't, and it's not constructive though either.
It is not.
It's
Because you say
constructive.
things, I mean, we all say things when we're mad that we
Mm-hmm.
wish later we had absolutely not said, and that you realize that are hurtful. And, I think people remember things that are said to them in
Oh, yeah.
anger.
Yeah, words hurt.
And the thing about it is, especially if you're in a destructive cycle, I think it's important that you break the script. You change the rules of the fight, because a lot of times just taking a different direction consciously during an argument can change the whole outlook of it.
Yep. Sometimes, we get in. One of us is itching for a fight. The other one's not itching for a fight. They're not in the mood, and can get disarmed pretty fast. Sometimes one itching for a mood and one doesn't have patience for anything. Not really looking for a fight, but not really avoiding one either.
Exactly.
It's
like, fine, you want to fight? Let's
it's like,
do
all
this
right,
thing.
I've got some energy that I'm really, but there's so many rules, and you can read books, and everybody way smart and have way many more little letters after their name than I do, written books and gotten famous and live in big giant houses. Funny that marriage rates or divorce rates are still ridiculous with all
Right.
of that, but
Especially when
call
you get
me
into
crazy.
second marriages and stuff like
Call me crazy. But all those guys who will tell you, the certain rules, don't call names. Okay, you know what? I've called names. She's
that.
called names.
Absolutely.
We get pissed off. Something happens. Yeah, we don't want to, and we try to refrain from it. Sometimes things cross the line. I cross the line. She crosses the line. We don't fight fair.
Because you're mine.
I crossed the line. It's true, but the script is pretty well there. I mean, it's pretty well
Yeah.
there. I'm very quick tempered, especially if I feel like if there's some kind of injustice, because I have this righteous vein running through my body. Self-righteous vein. Let's put it that way. It's a self-righteous vein.
Well, I also think if you perceive, this is just from my perspective, if you think that somebody's trying to manipulate you,
Yes.
watch out.
Exactly.
He does not like that. And I think that that's typical for guys. That does make sense to me. Guys don't want to feel like they're being manipulated.
Yeah, I don't want to be played with. I don't have time for that stuff. And we did all that stuff years and years and years and years ago. And I don't have time for it. I'm too old and crotchety about it.
To be fair,
so.
when we talk about how much we argue, it our script has changed from the
Oh,
beginning. Significantly. We've both grown up a lot, and we've both stopped doing a lot of things, but that doesn't mean we're like every couple.
Yeah.
Eventually you're going to have
fight.
an argument about something. Like you said, it can be something ridiculous. You're just both tired, it's been a long week, whatever happens, and you get into it over something ridiculous.
Usually small, because you let things build up. And we can talk about this fighting thing and how it affects, our kids, because we don't hide from that. I grew up, I never heard my parents argue. I never heard them fight, not one bit, not ever. I never remember having an argument. So I never had an example of any type of conflict resolution whatsoever. So when Dinah and I were dating, man, we fought like cats and dogs,
Sparks
man.
flew.
My goodness, we fought like crazy.
But when we say that, I want to be clear. There's never been physical
Oh, no.
nothing
Just
crazy like that.
no.
Just arguing.
Mostly and just based off stupid, insecure stuff. Just, growing up being a teenager, I was so insecure growing up and just everything, just ridiculous, codependent, craziness, blah, 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 whatever. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that you grow out of eventually. And not that, like you said, not that we still don't get fiery from time to time, but it takes a lot more.
Not only that, it just doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't. And it takes a lot more, and it has to be kind of, really serious. It's like, we don't have time for that kind of stuff anymore. But, you got to pick some. I pick a lot of fights I shouldn't fight. That's just because
I think everybody does.
I'm just, I don't want to say I'm a naturally angry person. I have allowed myself to be a naturally angry person.
Well, I think for me, sometimes I mean, we just talked about this last week before we went out to the casino. I was irritable, and poor Josh, I think, was taking the brunt of the irritableness.
I always take the brunt.
Depends.
I always take the brunt.
But I think, and what happened is, I don't think I realized it until all of a sudden I said something, and then he goes, "Well, yeah, you kind of have been lately." And then once I understood that was happening, I was able to bring it into check.
But see, she's just lucky that I wasn't on a warpath of my own.
He was not in the mood to be in the warpath, because we did not argue during that time.
Because if our moons align and we're both on the warpath, that's not always a good thing.
It's not good.
It's not a good thing. Sometimes we can manage it a lot better, but sometimes we don't. And here's the thing, guys. Just because you get in a fight doesn't mean things over. And then I think everything's like, oh my gosh, it was a terrible fight and we really hurt each other. Like, guess what? All you have to do, if you're sincere, apologize, fix it. Remember I say, if you F it up, fix it.
Well,
okay?
And I also think that there's, and I'm really careful about how I say this, because it always sounds like I'm trying to play a sympathy card, and I'm so not.
I hear a shuffling.
But, if, like, for me, I'll just speak from my perspective. If I don't feel good, and there are days that I don't feel good. There are days that everybody doesn't feel good. If you're dealing with something chronic like multiple sclerosis, is obviously what I have experience with. Sometimes it's hard to put that into perspective and realize that, okay, that's affecting my attitude, and that's not fair, because nobody around me did this to me, and it's not fair to take that out on them. So I'm not trying to point a finger at everybody who has a chronic illness. What I'm saying is I understand, but that doesn't make it okay.
Right. But sometimes you don't realize what you're doing, because and I get it. But sometimes, I'm oversensitive and you're grumpy because you've not got any sleep, and and I'm like, well, why is she biting my head off? Holy cow, it's not my fault.
Well, and you do tend to take it out on the people that are closest to you. So
well, of course you do.
Right.
And, we're best friends. So, of course, we both experience each other's wrath a lot. So,
right.
But that's what's made us stronger. And that's what's, I think, built our marriage, and our partnership that we have to be really strong. Not to say that there isn't weaknesses, and not to say that there's places that we got to work on, but I'm very proud of where we are, and we got other places to go to. So, but yeah, kind of cool. But we can talk more a little in depth about the fighting thing later on. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, and honestly, probably if there's an actual example, you guys might actually hear about it. Like, not every single word that came out, but just more like the way it went.
We'll tell some stories about some of our fights.
Cause,
but not tonight.
But
today is not the day.
But not, Yeah, what do you say when you meet a fight? Not today. Isn't that what Arya said to Death? Not today, right?
Yeah.
Game of Thrones reference, guys.
Not today. Not today.
Not today.
I bounced.
We bounced out.
We bounced out. Okay, and we're going to bounce out and go to drinks and recipes.
Drinks and recipes.
Yeah, thanks
It's
for listening,
time.
everybody.
Thanks, guys.
We'll be right back.
Get out your glasses. It's time for the Moonshine Safari drinks and recipes.
Welcome back to Moonshine Safari, everybody. I'm
Welcome.
Josh, and that's Dinah.
I'm Dinah, and that's Josh.
Mixing it up. She doesn't know where it's coming from. Hey, it's time for drinks and recipes.
Do it. Do it, man. Do it.
Do it. I gotta get my trusty little paper here.
I know.
It's called the Peach Power Up.
Peach Power Up.
After, can you guess where I'm going with this? Peach Power Up.
Mario?
Aha! Very good. Peach Power Up is 1 ounce of Blue Fire Moonshine. Old Smoky brand. I love it. And ½ ounce of peach moonshine on top.
Peach moonshine, yum.
Boop, boop, boop.
Woohoo.
It's called the Peach Power Up.
It's a peach power up moonshine.
It might make it bigger, but I cannot verify that nor confirm it. You know, like a power up?
I got it.
Yeah. Like a do-do-do-do-do-do.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Like my video game
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
sound
whatever it
effects.
is. Hey, everybody. That's a blog show, whatever you want to call this. Moonshine Safari.
Moonshine.
That we are on for this week. Hey, we hope you have a great weekend.
Yeah.
Be good to one another out there. There's
Please.
a lot of goofy stuff going on out there. Don't listen to the hate and the BS. Treat your fellow man with respect and dignity like you would like to be treated as well. Let's cut out the quick to the violence and the BS that's going on too. We're Americans here, right? Let's behave like that,
Yep.
maybe. Okay, let's do that. Be good to each other, everybody. Spread that shine.
Spread the shine, guys.
Shine happens. Bye.
See you later.
I think I got a little preachy.
Yeah! Thank y'all for coming by to Moonshine Safari. May your glasses be full and your hearts happy. Hey y'all, welcome to Moonshine Safari. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, as well as check the description for information on our social media sites, as well as our Patreon account to help support our adventures in the Moonshine Wilderness.